video coming up. How to build your own sliding drawer system with utility drawer and 2 sliding drawers. The plan is to put the fridge freezer on this side of the vehicle with a sliding drawer, and a second sliding drawer on this side to pack my Euro crates with inflatable kayak and sup and food and cooker and all that other stuff. Because I have 2 batteries under the floor and not a battery in the engine bay like a lot of cars, I need to be able to access those batteries, and I need to be able to access the other things that I store in that spare wheel well, such as tools, recovery rope and things like that that you need in the case of an emergency or mechanical repair. I'm thinking there's 2 ways to do this. Put the sliding drawers on top of the existing floor, or remove the existing floor and replace it with a single piece into the 2 separate pieces, cut a trapdoor into the one side so that I can access the tools, and then attach the 2 sliding drawer runner systems to the top of that floor. But I've got to start with cutting wood to size. Shelf now for the fridge freezer. This will go the full depth of the boot, and this is for the other side. So the Euro crates will go on like that. And the great thing about these Euro crates is that you can stack them on top of each other and they don't slide around. Yeah, I like where this is going. This is what it looks like with the 2 floorboards out. What there are in the back of the V70 XC70 are these threaded holes. I actually have bolts that fit. I believe this is an M10. So I am thinking about using these threaded holes, which are on both sides of the car, to anchor the floor at the back so that it cannot tip up. But of course what I have to work out is where these 2 holes are in relation to this threshold over here. So the idea is that I'll make those 2 holes in a floor and then bolt through with some long M10s into those holes. Now of course it's going to be difficult lining up those holes, and I'm going to use this as my template, and hopefully by making some marks perhaps on the side here of where the holes are at 90 degrees, I'll be able to work out exactly where they are. I've measured with the right angle the distance from there to the first hole, which is roughly 79, and from there to that hole over there is 100 millimeters. I've transferred those markings onto this board, and I'm now going to drill some pilot holes in there. I'll go for probably 12mm holes so that I've got a little bit of leeway. There's my little template. Fantastic. I've cut the new floor from 12mm plywood, and I used the 2 existing floor pieces as a template, which I laid on top of the plywood and then just cut it to size. So now I have a 1-piece floor that I'm going to cut a hatch into to get to the tools and the like in the storage area below. Now I just need to mark out where I'm going to put those holes to bolt it down at the back. I'm gonna call it. Fit. Those are lined up perfectly on the left hand side. Let's take a look at the right hand side. Ooh, yes, I'm gonna call it. Yes, please. Nice. Then I screwed the two heavy-duty ball bearing sliders to the base of the fridge freezer sliding drawer. Then I attached another smaller 12mm piece of plywood to the outside ball bearing slider, which I would then attach to the one-piece floor. All of the pieces of floor and sideboards and drawers are now painted up and look fantastic in this black. You can actually still see the wood grain. I'll place the fridge freezer drawer on the right hand side over here, left hand side of the vehicle, and then the wider drawers over here. There'll be an upper drawer and a lower drawer on this side. The lower drawer will be for utilities, the little cooker and stuff like that. And then the upper drawer will just be a flat drawer to pack the Euro crates on. That is the fridge freezer sliding drawer fitted, and what I've done to fix it at the back is I've taken this angle bracket, which I had originally fitted into that space. So what I've done is I've drilled a hole in the back of the slider, bolted that through there with the screw and a nylock nut, and then I've attached it to the floor with some threaded inserts and these low profile Allen head screws, and then I've knocked the last bits of the angle bracket over the edge of that lip over there to really hold it down. I wanted this fridge freezer drawer to be anchored to the floor so that I don't have to have the other drawer in place. With both drawers on this floor, this will be very difficult to carry because it'll be quite heavy. So I wanted to be able to make it as modular as I could. And they are secured on the side with these slimline brackets. There you go. Yeah. Awesome. It's a perfect fit. It's in place there and it's easy enough to use. This unfortunately is upside down, but you know, thank you Volvo. Nevertheless, clicks into place. Can put a little bit of weight on it, but obviously once it's bolted down with those 4 10mm nuts, that'll be really secure. And then obviously the verticals which run up to the back there will wedge up against the back seat, so it'll give it just that little bit of extra security. But if the seat is down, which it may very well be, this needs to not go anywhere. You're pretty happy with that. This vertical panel will then fit over here like that. I'll fix it with a T bracket at the front, and then I'll be able to slide the slider forward like that and get access to the holes to screw that into place. I used 2 pieces of 12mm thick plywood to use as the sides for the modular wide drawer system, where I had the heavy duty drawer slide at the top and the utility drawer at the bottom. The back of the sides were angled so that they would press up against the back of the rear passenger seat and just add that much more security to the whole system. I used the height of the portable gas cooker to figure out how deep I wanted the utility drawer to be. Then I spaced the 2 heavy-duty sliders so that the drawer would be able to slide out from underneath the heavy-duty drawer slide above it, if that makes any kind of sense. Basically, I needed to figure out that I had the depth of the drawer right and also the space between the runners correct so that the drawer would be able to slide in and out. Then I took another piece of 12mm plywood and cut it into 5 pieces, 4 for each side and 1 for the drawer base, which was painted with the same black paint. That was then assembled into the lower utility drawer box. With the box drawer assembled, I cut the front and rear and the sides down to give it some shape to make it easier to pull out, and then attached the sliders so that I could assemble the drawer unit. Using the box drawer as a support, I then screwed the 25mm thick top drawer slide to the heavy duty runners to complete the module. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up, give us a follow, subscribe to the channel. It does not cost you a thing. And yeah, we'll catch you on another video for adventures and automobiles. Cheers.